So Naima, a tough 3-0 defeat against Peamount the weekend. What did you make of the match?
Yeah, it was very tough. Obviously, I didn't make it onto the pitch, but from the sidelines, from what I could see, the girls played really well. Especially 0-0 at half time. Like, we'd take that any day. But I think the standard in the first half is very good. It's just a matter of bringing that into the second half again and going from there.
And you said yourself going into half time at 0-0, were you happy with that?
Yeah, like, we were all delighted with it. You know, Peamount top team there in the league, so we were happy enough to go in 0-0. The girls were fighting for that game, so if only they just continued in the second half, we definitely could have gotten something out of that.
And taking the scoreline out of the equation, the defence was very consistent throughout the game. Is that something that you hope to bring to every game?
Yeah, obviously the defence against Peamount was different from the defence against Galway and our first game against Treaty and so on. So it's just a matter of finding the players to fit in those positions, given the new season and the new players and coming into Bohs. So he's just, I'd say Sean's just trying a new thing there, and we have two huge girls at the back, and by huge I mean really tall, so, and you know, you wouldn't get a header out of me in the centre, so that's very good from them.
And 4 games into the season now, how are you finding the competition for you?
Good, yeah, it's my first season from Bohs, so I came from Peamount United, so Bohs new team in the season. They did well, considering last year was their first league, first time in the league, but this year definitely coming up now. We're currently sitting 6th place, so I do think we could be mid-table, hopefully.
That's brilliant, thanks a mil.
Thank you.
A loss at the weekend, but lots of praise for the team in the media over the last few days for your style of play and how you approach the game. What's your take on the weekend?
Yeah, I think due praise. We played really well, very well organised, a lot of improvement since last season. So I think we're very hard to beat. When we win the ball, we try and play it. I think they're honest players, they're very brave. So yeah, a defeat, but a lot of positives to take from it for sure.
Of course, and DLR Waves up next in just over a week. Is there anything specific you're going to focus on as a group?
I think keeping the momentum in, like, you don't often say that after a 3-0 defeat, but we all know what Peamount are about. If we go with the same attitude, same intensity, I think we can get something out of the DLR game, yeah.
Just personally, how has the season been for you after such a strange year?
Yeah, I think it's been brilliant to keep the team together, and you know, there's not a lot going on, so to have the group together and have the banter and stick with people and have that social well-being is absolutely brilliant. So delighted to be back, yeah.
Perfect, thanks so much for your time.
No worries, cheers.
Cool, so out to UCD this week to take on DLR Waves. How are you feeling ahead of the game?
Yeah, I think the game will go pretty well. We've made big strides throughout the whole start of the season, and throughout, I suppose, every game we've got better and better, and just looking to pick up points and move up the table as best we can. But I'm confident enough that we can get a result of some sort.
Great, and they're coming off the back of a loss to a strong Shelbourne side. Does that give you any added confidence?
Yeah, Shelbourne are a very good side, as are DLR. Having worked with Shelbourne for years, they're very good side, a lot of good players there, and obviously DLR put it up to them. But I think as a whole that we are confident going into it that we can get a result out of as best we can and just move on as best.
Of course, and you're sitting at the middle of the table now. What are the goals for the team going ahead?
Goals are just to keep each week, keep getting 3 points, keep knocking the points off, moving each time, developing the players as best we can. It's only a new team and a youth team essentially. So we're just trying to get ourselves moving each time and just keep on taking places as best we can.
And from a strength and conditioning standpoint, a lot of girls are now taking notice of their performance off the pitch, nutrition, strength and conditioning. Is this moving the game forward?
Oh yeah, totally. Like in terms of Irish standards are quite behind in that sense, in terms of, you could say, nutritional standards, conditioning standards, in terms of, I suppose, GPS data. Ireland's only coming into that data recently, but in terms of our girls, we're taking every step necessary to move on as best we can in order to gain that extra edge, an extra second on the ball, whatever it may be, and we're developing as best we can.
Brilliant, thanks very much for your time.
So Yvonne, you made your first start for Bohemians the weekend. How are you finding the club?
And the club's great. Like, since the first training session that I came in, like, the girls have been quite welcoming. Sean, Pat, the lads, they're brilliant. Like, they've talked to me the whole time. They've been very considerate, especially coming in, because I didn't know many of the girls. Like, but overall, really, yeah, very good, really nice. Like, everyone's been so welcoming. Yeah.
And DLR Waves the weekend, how are preparations going for the game?
So we obviously had a week off there, so we had no match the weekend, which gave a chance for some players to recover in that. We had 2 training sessions last week, which were good, were quite productive, and then this week we're looking more towards the game, more game focused in that, just kind of going over different types of the way that we're going to play and stuff like that. So.
And 4 games into the season now, are you happy with how things are progressing?
Yeah, so I think like overall, I think we've made a statement. Obviously, I didn't play National League last year. I'm only come back to play National League this year, but I think Bohemians as a team have made a bit of a statement this year that they're not here to be pushed over. Or they're not here for other teams to come in and just think that the game's going to be easy. I think they've made a real statement as a team that each game is going to be as tough as any other team. And I think that we as a team are going to push on and get more wins definitely this year. So yeah.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Yvonne.
Yeah, cool.